The other big news, of course, is that Pfizer has signed a deal with the U.S. government to provide 100 million doses of a COVID-19 vaccine once it's approved, with an option for more. Meg Terrell has more on that. Good morning, Meg.
Good morning, Carl. The deal is for almost $2 billion for these 100 million doses from Pfizer and its partner BioNTech. That's if these get through the phase 3 clinical trials and get through the regulatory process and onto the market. There's also an additional option for the government to acquire up to 500 million more doses. They say that the Americans would get this vaccine for free. Remember, this is a 2-dose vaccine, so those 100 million doses would cover 50 million people. In terms of the timeline, Pfizer's saying still on track to start that large-scale efficacy trial in the U.S. in July. If all goes well, potentially seek regulatory review in October. Squawk Box talked with Health Secretary Alex Azar this morning about his optimism on the data that he's seen so far and this deal. Here's what he said.
It is a contract, an advance purchase contract, where we can acquire 100 million doses of this vaccine as early as December of 2020, and have the option to buy an additional 500 million doses. And we just saw clinical trial data from the phase 1 of the Pfizer vaccine this week that shows that it produces what we look for in an early stage of a vaccine, which is neutralizing antibodies and at levels equal to or better than what we see in recovered COVID patients in their convalescent plasma.
Now, this is just the latest of the Operation Warp Speed deals that the government has made. Earlier in July, $1.6 billion to Novavax, another big deal, $1.2 billion to AstraZeneca. Those are a little bit different because they do support development and manufacturing of the vaccines as they are going through the process, whereas the Pfizer deal is only if it gets through regulatory approval, guys, and gets onto the market. Back over to you.
Meg, I just find this absolutely fascinating, especially the fact that these the vaccine from Pfizer would basically, not only would the money be paid contingent on the effectiveness of it and getting the green light, but also the fact that Americans who actually choose to take that vaccine are going to get it for free. How does it speak more broadly to what we're seeing shake out in terms of pricing right now? I mean, I know we had some of the drug makers on Capitol Hill testifying, and it seems like some are taking more of a almost nonprofit approach, and some of them are looking at this as something that they're going to look to price for profitability.
It's such an interesting bifurcation that we're seeing. And during that hearing yesterday, executives from these different companies were asked, do you plan to profit on this vaccine? Companies like J&J reiterated that they've pledged to make this available on a not-for-profit basis, at least during the pandemic. You know, that kind of comment makes it seem like if this is a vaccine that does need to be taken annually, like the flu vaccine, this could be a profitable business for companies like J&J down the line. Just at the beginning, they say they don't plan to profit from it. Pfizer's CEO told me at Milken a couple weeks ago they did plan to profit from the vaccine. Now, there's a debate in the drug industry world right now about what the best approach is. We are in a pandemic, so people say, should you profit during a pandemic? Others say you do need to have a profit incentive to make this work happen and to get perhaps better iterations of these vaccines after the first ones come to market.
Meg, do we have an expectation, given this deal, that the U.S. government is going to make any vaccine that passes the FDA available for free to the U.S. population?
Secretary Azar was asked about that on Squawk Box this morning. He said either free or at an affordable price. So for this one, it will be free, they say. The government will be providing it for free. There is a question, though. If you go to your doctor, will the doctor be billing you for them to give you the shot? So how that actually is going to shake out for what people are giving out of their pocket, we want to learn more details about.